Many online resources say that in order to land a graduate or junior role in data, you need to have a portfolio. But not many resources explain what exactly should be in that portfolio. In this video, we will discuss that. I get daily messages on social media asking me for a list of unique data projects. Unfortunately, it's not the case. No projects are unique. In data analysis, you extract data, manipulate, transform in order to get insights. Many data science projects can be broadly split into two main categories: classification and regression. So you can see that no projects are unique. What is unique is your mindset, your logic, how you approach the project, and the insights you find. It is very important to differentiate projects into two categories: learning projects and projects for your portfolio. One of my friends struggled with data analytics projects till he found a passion project, which is football data analytics. And it is a great practice in learning project, but it's not the best one for your portfolio. For example, I'm a big fan of Formula One, and if I do data analysis of F1 team performance, unless I'm applying for work for F1 team, this project shouldn't be included in my portfolio. When you're just learning and practicing your skills, you can work on any project you like. It can be something sport related like marathon or soccer or cricket, whatever you like. But once you're creating projects for your portfolio, they should be relevant to the industry you're applying for. For example, you want to work for banking, then the projects you show in your portfolio should be also relevant to that industry. You can work on the fraud detection or predicting which customer will default on loan or not, predicting which customer will churn. Or for example, you want to work for subscription type of business, something like Netflix, Spotify. In that case, again, work on the projects like churn, customer segmentation, customer analysis, some trend analysis, drop-off points. Work on recommendation engine, look at product metrics. Imagine that I'm a hiring manager, I open your portfolio and I'm trying to find how you can help me to solve my problems, how you can fit into the business. And if I see the only project you've done is a Pokemon game, maybe you are the star and you are a very, very smart person, but at that point I don't really understand how your skills can be transferable to my business. Other advice is don't use generic datasets like iris, Titanic, bicycles, COVID-19. Again, when you're practicing and learning, you can use any dataset you want, but these datasets are so commonly used for portfolio projects that you will not stand out. And there are so many other datasets available online. For my project, I always use kaggle.com, and you can find the datasets that are smaller for practicing or larger for maybe your portfolio project that has hundreds and thousands of rows. Another tip, when you create your portfolio, it should be easy accessible. Don't create too many links and jumps for recruitment manager. And what I mean, some people give a link to their Google Drive and then you need to open file and folder and then jump again and again. The latest study shows that recruiters spend around 7 to 10 seconds on each of the resumes. So imagine they spend 10 seconds, they think that you are a good candidate, and then they click on your portfolio. To be honest, they will probably also want to spend from 10 seconds to a couple of minutes. So they will not spend hours looking into your portfolio, trying to understand all the README files, all the code structure, etc. Put some effort in your resume, put your effort in your portfolio. Make it easy for HR managers to hire you. Where to host your portfolio? You can host it in GitHub. This way you will also show your future employer that you know how to use ecosystem. I've seen some people creating their own websites. It's not that hard nowadays. That can be an option too. Another option, you can create a website using Notion. If you signed up to my newsletter, you got a link to freebies which are hosted at Notion. And also after today's video, you would be able to access an example of portfolio project which is hosted on Notion. If you use GitHub to host your portfolio project, the most important part is a README file. If you use Notion, it's also a summary which you put before the project. This is what a HR person is looking at. If you talk about data projects, it should have introduction or goal, what you were trying to achieve with this project, at what metrics you were analyzing, then your summary of insights and the next step, because this shows your storytelling skills, your analytical skills, and your communication skills. Over the years, I've seen different portfolio projects. Some of them had, for example, p-values, so the complicated statistical analysis. It is great if you are planning to work for research companies or academia. If you want to work for retail, for banks, there is no need to include p-values and all these calculations. Now we will look at different data analyst portfolio, which I was able to find at GitHub. So I literally Googled data analyst portfolio GitHub. We will look at them and I will give my unsolicited advice. I've been in data analytics for 10 years. So I've seen a lot of resumes and a lot of portfolios, and I also hired a lot of people. So let's start with the first one. So imagine I'm a HR manager, I open this, something about her, I probably already read her CV, table of contents, very good. And here we have project. The first one, I really like that the naming is very descriptive. Also, I like the structure of the project, so she has separately goal, description, skills, technology and results. Very good bullet points, easy to read, easy to follow. The next project, text store sales analysis, also good project. COVID-19, example of a very generic data set. I've seen it used for Power BI, Tableau reports, I've seen it for data analytics. In my portfolio, I would prefer to keep 1 to 3 projects which I'm really proud of, which really showcase my skills, and the rest can be hidden and I can talk about them at the interview but not adding them to my portfolio. And we have a Pokemon analysis. As in my opinion, again, it is a learning, practicing project, but it's not a portfolio project. Let's click on this one. Okay, goal, setup, data cleaning. Very important, when you create a portfolio on GitHub, you need to have README file for each of the project. Your README file shouldn't be empty. Your README file is your summary report. So if you go back this, where she explained all of that, that should be in your README file, but more extended. All the details, what were the metrics you were analyzing, what you looked at, they grabbed it already in your Python file. You can copy and paste them into your README file. So it's very important, don't miss README file. I will look only at one project because remember, I'm a HR manager, I have only 10 seconds to look at your portfolio. Let's go with the next one. So we have different folders. Let's look at Python project. README, data analysis with Python. Python is a powerful, versatile programming language. You don't need to explain what Python is. Let's do Netflix data analysis. We've done with you this project before. I don't know if it's the same data set or not. Probably yes, if it's from Kaggle. So with this portfolio, it's very important to add a README file or add Markdown where you explain goal of the project, summary, again, all the insights, all the steps you took. So instead of me going through and trying to see what you've done with printing tail, printing head, data cleaning, I will not look at that. Imagine you need to create a project for C4. C4 will not look at that. All he will look at is probably PowerPoint presentation or email where you put the results of your project. So that's how you need to communicate your project. We looked at the data, we tried to uncover some insights, that's what we've done, and that's the conclusion. Let's look at the next one. Okay, a lot of projects. README file, I like the photo, that's cute. About me, my data journey, the projects, NBA data wrangling. Again, we spoke about sports projects. It's if you're trying to become a sport analyst, which is a profession, then of course make this top project, which I, as a hiring manager, see. If you're not planning to work for sports, if you want to work for banking or subscription business or retail, put that as your top project. Then we have financial YouTube data analysis, London crime. Also, London crime is a very generic data set because I've seen so many projects done with this data set. Airbnb, same with Airbnb, very common data set. I'm not saying you should never use it, I'm just warning you that this project will not stand out because so many people already created it. And Udacity project, that makes sense. These projects like IBM recommendation system, Airbnb, this is the data set used by Udacity, and it explains why so many people have it as a part of their portfolio. Okay, let's go into financial YouTube data analysis. I'm interested in that one. Okay, the first thing I see is this README file, summary of projects, explains what he's done, what he used. Maybe some of the words like natural language processing can be in bold, so it's easier for me to pick them up. Create word cloud, amazing. How he got objectives, what questions try to answer, amazing. Then installation. So let's quickly look at the project. Again, introduction, objective, steps, data limitation, and then a bit of project. Does he have conclusions? I like his word clouds. Conclusions, yes, he has conclusions. That's a very important part. At the end of your project, you need to include conclusions and next steps. Of course, when you work in a team, it will be management who will make decisions of which steps to take, but still as a data analyst, you can give those insights and hints saying, for example, I uncovered that most of our customers are 25 and 30, but I know that we spend all the money on marketing to attract 40-year-olds. So I think we need to focus on 25 to 35 because majority of our sticky customers, our loyal customers are of that age. So something like that should be added at the end of your analysis. I think this is a very good example of a data portfolio. Let's have a look at another one. Okay, so we have portfolio projects, SQL Tableau, nice, Hadoop, SQL, Python, Tableau. I actually like the fact that the person already included screenshots in a README file, so I don't even need to go inside of those projects. For example, retail pricing analysis dashboard, good naming of the project. It's not some generic name as Tableau dashboard. And here I already have a screenshot. I like the colors the person used for Tableau. I have the whole video about colors for your dashboards. Okay, let's have a look at this Python project. Here we have objective, then uploads, a lot of analysis and conclusions. Again, maybe a bit more on objective and goal and what steps were taken. This is a personal preference, but you can also put your findings at the top of the project. So that was the objective of the project, that's the steps we took, that's the results of our findings, and then we go into the details in the code, and then it's up to HR manager if they want to actually scroll through this. And let's have a look at one more. So this is data analyst portfolio. Welcome to my portfolio table. Okay, project. You see good project, airline loyalty and churn analysis. Very good project, but there is no bullet points, so it's hard to see. Customer segmentation with RFM model, also very good project. Chicago service analysis, sounds good. This person has a very good, interesting project. And let's look at the airline loyalty, the very first project. Description, so here the person has a README file that has description, tools, skills, outputs, datasets. And if we go into the file itself, PDF, because I think it is a Tableau report, that's why person put it as PDF screenshots. Okay, so we have this first page, which shows background, objective, data set, and then different types of graphs. And there is a summary of findings and suggestions. Another great portfolio example. So as you can see, if you just Google data analyst portfolio GitHub, you can find different examples of portfolio projects. That was a very talkative video. I hope you found it useful. I hope you make some changes to your portfolio and will land your dream job very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.